There have been a lot of experiences that I've had in this neighborhood that have really opened up my eyes to how much God loves and sees each one of us. Just one that comes to mind is earlier last summer when I was doing one of my daily walks to the Walmart nearby. I bumped into a lady that she had a baby with her, and she looked a little bit lost and was asking for directions. And I am terrible with directions, so my first thought was, I need to find someone else that can help you. But I have the phone. I looked up the address where she was going to, and she explained that she was buying something that was a little bit large. So I thought, well, you're here with a baby. And she didn't expect anyone to not only just stop on the street to give her directions, but to walk to the destination. To her, she was completely floored. It really touched her heart.
That parable of the Good Samaritan, and just that, I think that's something I've been thinking through and wrestling with even since moving to Caldwell. And feeling somewhat of a gap between, I guess, the neighbors I thought I was going to get to know and the neighbors that God is putting in my life to get to know. And I think I was readjusting my focus toward the people who I am in contact with.
So I work as a nurse in harm reduction. So a lot of my clients are addicted to drugs. They struggle with mental health challenges. Many of the women are in sex work. A lot of these issues are present within this neighborhood itself. And one thing that God's been doing within COVID is actually really mingling my work in this neighborhood together, which has created an open door into reaching greater networks in Caldwell that are struggling with drug addiction, and opening doors into women that are in sex work, and which is an area that we've been praying into for 2 years.
In the middle of one of my just sort of normal commutes, I was taking a moment in February to enjoy some of the sunshine, which is difficult in Ottawa because it's quite cold, and just felt God's presence in that moment. And I turned, and with feeling the heat and the promise of spring coming, I turned to a lady who was hijabbed at the bus stop, and I said, "What a beautiful day. There's a promise of spring in the air." And that started an over 6-year relationship. And recently, she was able to join us, and I was able to meet her first daughter. And so I just think it's beautiful how just a moment of obedience starts relationship, and someone who one moment wasn't your neighbor becomes your neighbor and then your friend.